devil's smelly brother, the devil's stinky brother. Uh, Variation on the Faust legend that is not really very well known outside the forest of Bavaria, Germany. All right. The devil's smelly brother. A once proud and prosperous soldier was discharged from service. This soldier had no savings or pension. He went walking deep into the forest when he came across an odd little man. "Hello, friend. Why so glum?" asked the strange little man. "I have no money, and I have nothing to eat," said the ex-military man. What the soldier didn't know was that this rather odd little man was none other than the devil himself. "Why not come work for me?" said Satan. "I'll see that you've got everything that you need, everything you will ever desire for the rest of your life. All I ask is 7 years' service. Oh, and during that time, you may not wash, you may not shave, you may not comb your hair, you may not cut your nails, or rub your eyes." "Well, okay," said the desperate ex-soldier. The devil then led the ex-soldier straight down to hell. He led him to a red crystal, a blood-red crystal palace. This palace smelled of fire and brimstone. "Your job," said Satan, "is to stroke the fires underneath my kettles, because these kettles are where I boil the damned souls. Just one thing," continued Satan, "never, never, ever look inside the kettles. Otherwise, well, you will have the devil to pay." But after some time, the ex-soldier, who went to his task studiously, after some time, the ex-soldier's curiosity got the better of him. Just one little peek inside couldn't hurt, thought the soldier. In the first kettle was the soldier's old sergeant. This sergeant had been mean and vindictive, not only to him, but to all his men. "Ha! Serves you right. You used to push me around, and now look at you, cooking in this grisly broth." The soldier then shoveled more coals onto the fire and put the lid back on the first kettle. He then looked inside the next kettle. "Lieutenant!" Well, this lieutenant had been pompous and cowardly in battle. "I'm not at all surprised to see you here." He placed the cover back on the top of the massive kettle, and the soldier thought to himself, "Boy, am I beginning to enjoy this job." The 7 years passed very quickly, and the soldier never washed or groomed himself in any way. And finally, the devil returned to his blood-red crystal palace. "You've done well these past 7 years," said Satan, "except for just one little thing. But I'm willing to forgive that. You disobeyed me, and you looked inside the kettles. But you restoked the fires and went back quickly to your duty, so I'm willing to spare your life. Now," continued the devil, "would you like your reward?" "Reward? Yes, very much so," said the ex-soldier. "Then you must return to the surface of the world," said Satan, "at the exact spot where I had first met you, exactly as you are, without cleaning yourself up in any way." Some reward," thought the ex-military man. And presto changeo, he returned to the land of the living. But as the fresh air filled up the soldier's lungs, he could still hear the voice of Satan ringing in his ears. "When you look inside your knapsack that was once filled with dirt, You may be surprised to find gold instead. And whenever someone asks you where you are from, continued the voice of the devil, you must always say, I am from hell. And as the ex-soldier walked through the forest with his knapsack that was now filled with gold, he continued to hear Satan's voice ringing inside his head. And when they ask you who you are, said the disembodied demonic voice, you must always say, I am the devil's smelly brother, and the devil is my king. That night the soldier did as the devil instructed him to do, telling an innkeeper that he paid in gold, that he was indeed the devil's smelly brother, that he was indeed from hell, and that Satan was indeed his king. The ex-soldier got a room and quickly fell asleep, only to have the innkeeper break in and steal the knapsack that was filled with gold. He stole it during the night while the soldier slept. The soldier then entered a pulsating cavern and went back to hell. He found a cave whose walls pulsate, which is a signal that it's an entranceway into the underworld, the netherworld, an entranceway into hell. Now the soldier complains to the devil that all his gold was stolen. First, I'll clean you up, said Satan. Then you must go back and tell that innkeeper to give you back all the gold, or else he'll have to deal directly with me. The ex-soldier did exactly as the devil instructed, and well, it worked. The innkeeper, when told exactly what would happen if he did not return the gold, quickly gave all the gold back. Here is your gold. Take it. Please take it. Please take it, said the innkeeper. You're making the right decision, said the said the ex-military man. Believe me, the right decision indeed. Now a rich man, the ex-soldier, wandered the countryside riding a beautiful black horse. And he also played a flute as he wandered the countryside. This skill, this flute playing, is something he had learned from the devil in hell. One day, he came across a king. The king became spellbound by the flute playing. It was enchanting. The music was so enchanting. It was almost like a snake charmer. The soldier's music entranced the king so completely that the king soon offered his only daughter's hand in marriage. The princess was raven-haired, ruby-lipped, and pale-skinned. And this girl was very, very beautiful indeed. Finally, the devil's promise to the soldier had been fulfilled. And that's how the devil's smelly brother came to inherit a kingdom of his own. And he lived happily for the rest of his long life. All right. So that's it for part 2 of Tales from the Brothers Grimm. This story, The Devil's Smelly Brother, this variation on the Faust legend, is unique because it has a happy ending. It's unique because, well, the soldier benefits, gains much from working, from, well, in essence, selling his soul to Satan. All right, we're going to close this show with a sizzling live version from the Rolling Stones of their classic, Sympathy for the Devil. This is live from Madison Square Garden in November 1969. This is from the Gimme Shelter era, when the Stones were at their peak. So keep your eyes posted.